Hello, friends and family. This is Tim with Tim's Thrifted Treasures. Just here to do my fifth video. I'm nervous and excited all at the same time. So I don't know if any of you've been following me. You know that I had a double lung transplant just over a year ago. So this YouTube channel, I'm kind of hoping to keep my family and friends and whoever would be interested in my journey follow up and see how I'm doing and try to give updates along the way. I think I had my whole transplant journey covered from in my first three videos, but now I want to start sharing my passion for reselling and just whenever other stories in my life comes up, I'll share it with you. So, yeah, I got to lot to share today. I was trying to take some notes so I try to cover everything right, but let me back up there for a second. Last Friday, University of Michigan in Ann Arbor is where I had my double lung transplant, and oh, years ago, they used to have ice cream social for their transplant patients, the lung transplant. And ever since COVID, they haven't been able to do that. So this year here was the first year since COVID that they were able to do that. So this past Friday, we were able to go to that, and it was really, really fun time. There's probably, I'm guessing, about 15 lung transplant patients that were there. And then they had some volunteers, like some of the transplant doctors and nurses, pulmonary techs, surgeons, and so it worked out really good for me because both my transplant doctor and my nurse, they were both there, and just to see their smiles and I just know it was really rewarding for them to see everybody's joy and happiness and all the talking and fellowship that was going on. So and then there was some people there that are working on being evaluated to be listed for transplant. Some people that are on a list waiting to be transplanted, but then I met people that are out about 17 years after their transplant and doing really well. So then we left there, went to a graduation party of a friend of ours, and I got to meet the husband, who's the pilot that was on call and flew to get my lungs for me. It just pretty cool story, and got a picture with him. So, anyways, yeah, this month here has been my best month on eBay. I started selling about 11 years ago. Nothing serious up until the last couple of years. I started getting into it. I started getting into it pretty good. I didn't have much motivation with my condition before my transplant. I had the desire to buy things, but I was bringing it home when I wasn't listing it. But just before my transplant, I did get started a bit, and then I turned off my eBay. And then when I came home, on my way home from the hospital, I turned back my eBay on, and it's been on since. And this month here has been by far my best year out of 11 years. But this is really just a couple years of being serious about it. So I took a count, and I don't know why, but somehow I got taken off with an interest in selling shoes, which you would think is a I personally think it would be a hard item to sell to buy online without trying on. I'm kind of surprised I don't get a lot more returns. I would say I'm probably below 10 returns on shoes. I would like to say maybe yeah, somewhere between 5 and 10 returns probably, but more so probably closer to five out of the I would say hundreds of pairs of shoes I sold this last month. I ended up selling 38 pairs of shoes and 28 other random items. Um, yeah, I don't want to be a negative person. I want to be positive on here and everything, but all of my listings I offer 14-day full money back refunds, and I'm trying to figure it out if it's my understanding or not. But when I see 14-day returns, I would think that once they receive it, they have up to 14 days to get it back to me. Well, I did have two returns here recently that I'm working on, and the one is kind of not too. They gave me a positive feedback already, so I'm clear there, and I'm happy. I don't have too much money into it, and in all reality, I didn't really make a lot of money on it either. But this person here, they were delivered on May 14th, and just June 2nd, they requested a refund. And eBay has says that the seller has up to June 24th to return it. So they've already had it for 14 days, and now they get 24 more days to get it back to me. And I don't see how 14-day return, it seems like they're getting double the time or something, but I don't know. It's okay. I mean, I'm just truly grateful for all the sales and that I don't get more returns on these shoes. So, I guess I could stick with that topic. Recently I got well, just today before I started my video, another positive feedback come through, so I was really excited. This person said, "Very nice shoes, and just as described, the fast shipping was a big plus." But then I was really when you get these positive feedbacks, it's really inspiring and brings you a lot of joy and pride of what you do as a reseller. This person here, they ordered, it was going out to Nevada. They ordered a set of coffee mugs from me. It was pretty cute. I bought two sets. I'm going to show you the other set here that's similar. The set that they bought, it said the queen of everything, and then the other cup said the king of what's left. So this person, their positive feedback says, can't say enough good things about this seller. They communicate very well. They protected and wrapped my fragile item very well and could not have been better. I highly recommend this seller. So that was really awesome. And here's the other cup that's similar to that. There's a cup for the wife that says I do. And this is for sale on Tim's Thrifted Treasures if you're interested. And then the other cup for him is I do whatever she tells me to do. Or her, yeah, whatever. I do whatever she tells me to do. So I thought it was pretty cute. So, a while back, boy, it's really something, it's really important for us resellers to get a good positive feedback and stay away from neutral or negative feedbacks. I have a 99.5 positive feedback right now going on. I'm working on getting rid of a negative that was socked to me that was pretty hurtful to me. My listing, my advertisement, the size, the pictures. I take pictures of all the shoe size tags inside the shoes and every angle of the shoes, and then my title and the item specifics, and everything was proper in this. And then this person, they never reached out to me, never, and I had a 14-day money back guarantee, but they just socked me with a negative. They said did not fit, way too tight, could not put on, junk. And so that kind of really bothered me. And but then later on, I discovered that I can comment on their feedback and share my side of the story. So I put down there shoes and size were described correctly. Buyer never reached out to me of any problems. The listing is eligible for 14-day returns and could have been handled in a good manner. And I put sellers beware of this buyer. So that really kind of made me feel good. It got to share my side of the story. I didn't make, I mean, we're all human and we're going to make mistakes, but I didn't make any mistakes. I went clearly with what the shoes were, the size was stated on the shoes, and I gave pictures and a perfect description. And then there was one other, that was the only negative that I got. I got one neutral one that bothered me too, but so they're neutral. I mean, neutral's definitely better than a negative, but same thing. I advertised them all properly. All this. I didn't mess up. Didn't mislead them or anything. Their neutral was seems like 11, but not your fault. So I was able to comment on theirs too, and that kind of made me feel good. So I wrote down, well then, why are you giving me a neutral feedback if it's not my fault? They were listed accurately according to the proper size stated on them. The listing had 14-day return, and you could have just sent them back. Sellers beware of this buyer. So that was it for that. But then being we're on the feedback topic here, um, I had a sale going out to Kansas. I had a set of white-tailed deer antler sheds. They were like 32 scoreable points, just a monster set of antlers. And this particular individual, he reached out to me and he was kind of wanting a rough idea of the size of these antlers. And I had to wait until I got an opportunity to see these people that I bought them from because they deal in antlers and they could just kind of look at them and give an estimate of what size they are. So I finally got back with him and then he purchased them from me. Well, the next morning I had a bronchoscopy down at U of M. So I set my eBay store on time away for that day. And I was just late in bed. It was about 10:30 at night and my phone went cha-ching. Well, these things are pretty big and I knew I was going to have to come up with like a custom box. I was going to have to build a box out of two boxes to make it big enough. And I wanted to make sure that those antlers didn't punch through the box and make sure it was nice and packed good. So I sprung out of bed, 10:30 at night, and I packaged those things up. And I sent them a message saying that I wasn't going to I plan on not doing any shipping that day, but I was determined to take care of them. So I got it all packaged up and I'm on my way to Ann Arbor. I stopped in at down by Bay City and dropped them off at a post office. And I was really touched. Here's a complete stranger. And I shared that I was going down the next day to have bronchoscopy, that I had this double lung transplant. I was about 11 months out from my transplant. And he commented back to me, messaged me, and said, "Much love and respect, brother. I pray your health gets better. Have an awesome week, my friend." So that was just really touched my heart. I don't, I'm sure I reached back out to him, but if you see this video, buddy, I really appreciate you, and that meant so much to me. So, yeah, anyways, yeah, things are going good. My YouTube, I have, when I first started this about a month ago in my first video, I looked at my YouTube screen and I had zero videos, zero subscribers, zero views. And I put that first video on. The first video did pretty good. And then my other three, they're doing all right, but I'm happy. It's going to take time to build this up. But anyways, I thought it'd be fun, a year from now to see where I'm at. So I'm up to 28 subscribers on my YouTube. My eBay, I'm up to 51 followers. I'm not sure about my Instagram. I love my Instagram. If you want to follow me on there, it's Tim's Thrifted Treasures, all one word, lowercase, no apostrophe s. Tim's Thrifted Treasures. I'm really comfortable with the Instagram. I like coming up with music whenever I can to some of my posts. Um, I'm not too smart on the computer, but I'm hoping to work on being able to get better with these videos, maybe having some pop-up images of screenshot of my sold listings and such. So I think that'd be a lot of fun. Recently, I put a map of the United States up on the wall here, and it's something that reminds me of my dad, what my dad would do. And I decided May 1st to track all my packages where they're going, and that's on my Instagram too. But it's really impressive of how many packages went out, and they're just kind of I was making a lot of sales to California, but it seems like there's a lot of them over on the eastern part of the state too. So, oh, by the way, let's see, this is my, which number? Oh, this is my fourth. I went to Goodwill today, and anytime I see a U of M hat at Goodwill, I have to buy it for myself. I got a collection of them going. I got four that I thrifted, and then I have three other U of M hats that were gifted to me. So, yeah, other than that, I want to just share some of the things that I recently thrifted on my last two trips to the Goodwill. And I hit a Salvation Army up. I had a appointment down in Ann Arbor recently, so I decided to swing in there. So, um, well, let's see, where do I start now? I think these are really cool. This is called Find It. Um, it's not gonna make me a lot of money and stuff, but I like having a lot of different fun things in my little I got this eBay room in my basement that I fixed up. It's about 13 foot by 13 foot. And I got shelves on the wall. Someday when I'm almost there, almost got it exactly how I want it, and nice and tidy, and trying to keep it in order and everything clean. And but sometime I'm gonna show a video of how I have my room set up here. I have a lot of, I like shelves on the wall so I can put the stuff that I have for sale on the shelf, and then when it sells, I can pull it off there, and it opens up free space for something new. But this Find It game here, it has a list of the items that you can find. I think this one contains like 40 items, but you just rotate this, you move it around and rotate it until you try to locate all the different things in there. So I thought that was pretty cool and kind of fun. Here's a second one. And I don't think this one has quite 40 items, but there's quite a few in here. But yeah, I got one of my daughters. She works at a preschool, and she already tried to claim one of these from me. I try to sneak stuff into my house because my kids, since they always bring home fun stuff and they want to, they want it for themselves. So I try to sneak it in here and hide it from them. This is that was pretty exciting for me to sell that set of coffee mugs. I really appreciate that buyer. Um, you come across some cool coffee mugs, but so I recently at that Salvation I come across this one and I thought it was a fun, neat looking coffee mug, so I picked it up. It's not listed yet, but I'm gonna put it on there. And then I came across a few of these here. These are a self-stirring coffee mug. These are a lot of fun if you like your coffee like I do with like some French vanilla cream or something. You can put it in there and you push the button and it looks like a tornado there and it mixes your coffee really good. So I had sold some of these in the past. I got a few of them that I'm gonna put on there. I have, let's see, six different episodes of Scooby Doo VHS, brand new sealed. So this is Scooby Doo and Arabian Nights, and then Scooby Doo and the Loch Ness Monster. Sorry about the glare here. What's new, Scooby Doo? Scooby Doo Sports Spectacular. Scooby Doo meets the Harlem Globetrotters. Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. And then this one, hands down, I've probably sold, I wouldn't doubt if I've sold 100 of these ones here. Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost. So I have these ones, but then I have some more of these ones, not too many, maybe 15 that are in the like the bookcase sleeves. This is just like a cardboard paper sleeve, but they're all brand new sealed. And the other one has like a trick-or-treating bag that comes with it. I found another. I was really excited about this. I love Scrabble. I found this at a Goodwill here recently. Very good condition. All the parts are in here. It's got the rotating turn game board. You know, you could spin it around and everything's in there. Um, oh, here's another coffee mug. Baby Yoda. It's a Star Wars mug. So that I'm gonna have to get on my eBay store. This was something kind of fun, I thought. I don't know, I don't know, it's just fun to sell stuff. This is just it's a package of 12 kids trophies. It was from Target. And I brung it up. I seen some sold comps on it, I'm not gonna get rich off it, but I think it's fun, I mean, we like to every now and then we play bingo with friends and family. I'll get my little bingo game out and we try to have prizes and stuff. So put it down there for sale, and I know somebody will come along and buy it. So hats are a good thing, a fun thing to sell. I've been selling them for a little while now, but my buddy Chad at Wolfman Goodies, I really appreciate him. He's always oh advertising for me, giving me shouts out and stuff. So I try to, in return, give him shouts back. And any of my friends and family all know about Wolfman Goodies. And but he's a big seller on hats. Go check him out. If you buy every sixth hat that he sells, he throws in. He says some green paper from the Federal Reserve and a little toy, Matchbox or GI Joe action figure, something like that. So go try your luck. See if you can buy that sixth hat. There's one buyer that's kind of timing it right now, so you're gonna have some competition. But I'm sure Chad won't mind a little bit of competition for selling too many hats there. But hats are fun. You just always stumble across a cool hat, and it's like, man, somebody would want to buy that. But right here, Ariat. I mean, you can't go wrong with Ariat. This is like a brand. This is a very nice, clean hat, and everything that I buy, it I try going for brand new condition. I don't want to take a chance at getting a negative feedback. This one here, I'm not quite sure. I haven't really looked into it. It's got a little bit of a, I don't know if it's a scribble pen mark or what, but I'm gonna try to address that and see if I get rid of it. If I can't, I'm just gonna I'll describe it in the title, and I'm sure somebody will gladly buy this from me for way cheaper than they can get it at the store. Gonna try to come up with a spot to put all this stuff. Oh, this hat here, it's kind of distressed, got a distressed look. God is good. And then on the back here it says blessed. I'm a big fisherman, and I'm a I'm a tightwad. I'm a cheapskate. I don't like to spend a lot of money, but anybody that knows fishing and is into fishing, Sims is a pretty high-end brand of fishing gear. So somebody's gonna get a good deal on this hat here. I'm very confident that's gonna sell good for me. I stumbled across this one today. Detroit Lions. How can you go wrong with them Detroit Lions? This is a fitted hat. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I wish I want to keep them for myself, but I like selling them and trying to make a little profit. John Deere. This looks to be a new hat. Still got cardboard in there. John Deere. And Mustang. My brother and I, we love Mustangs. We lived in western Detroit, and we'd go out on Telegraph on Friday nights, Saturday nights, and do the old Michigan U-turn and try to catch a red light and see it. And generally, there would be another Camaro or a Mustang come up alongside us and have a little fun. So I got that and put that on there. I mean, that's on my store listed already. And then Columbia PFG. Columbia is a really good brand, and so that's that. Oh, I did find this bomber hat. It's Mad Bomber is the brand. I'm gonna save this till maybe fall time, but it's actually real rabbit fur. I have like three other ones of these I came up with last fall, but I didn't get around to listing them. Mm, this is a game, brand new sealed, spontaneous. I know my family. I'm not big into games. My family, my kids and wife, and my wife's family, they love getting together and playing games. Scrabble's about the only game I like to play. But this one here, I think when a song title's revealed, like the first person that can sing so many words of the song gets that card or whatever. I'm pretty excited about this one. It's an M&M dispenser. The box is a little bit, I don't know, box has been around, it looks like, but I believe it looks to be new in here. But regardless if it's new or not, I pulled up sold comps on this, and they're for pre-owned, they're hitting about 28 bucks for this one here. So I'll do pretty good with that. Um, then I got Skechers is probably my number one seller for shoes. Seems like I can't go wrong with picking up a pair of Skechers. So I found these ones that this is the first time I've seen a pair like this. It's amazing. I stopped in a Skechers outlet store, and I just could not believe how many different models of Skechers shoes there are. But this got kind of a nice flower print on it and just looks like a nice, comfortable shoe. I haven't looked into this is size 8.5 in women's. These were pretty cool here. I don't know. I think I have an eye for things that, I mean, Disney shoes, Minnie Mouse. I just thought they were real cute, and somebody would want one of these for their daughter. A pair of these for their daughter if they're going to Disney World or something. So I picked them up. I do have these listed already on my eBay store. This is pretty cool. I have a couple of my adult children and myself. We like to salmon fish and steelhead fish. We go into the river with waders on, and we have a shortage of wading boots recently. So I stumbled across these Hodgman wading boots, and they happen to be my size. So I think rather than, I could probably get according to the Soul Comps, I can get about $50 for these. I'm thinking I'd probably take 30 to 50, but for what it's worth and what I paid for them, I think I'll use these, and then I can let one of my kids use my other pair that'll fit them a little bit better. I haven't looked up. I haven't really looked into any of these shoes here yet, but before I list them, I'll look up. I'll go to eBay sold listings. I usually put the description number in here and stuff and try to get the exact listing to come up. I'll use eBay Lens where I'll take a picture of it. And if I can't do that, get the information I need, then I'll go to Google and I'll take a picture of it on Google and look at what other people. But I come across these Nikes here and I just, doesn't that look like something somebody would want? So they're real nice. These are size 7.5 in men's. Oh, I picked up this pair of Converse here. Converse are a good seller. One time I sold some high top Converse. They came all the way up, clear up to your knees. They were just, man, so many shoelaces. And thankfully, well, they didn't fit me and I didn't wear them. But for whoever bought them, they have a zipper. Once you get it all laced up, however you want, all the way up to your knee, then you can just unzip it down the back side of your leg there. And I forget what I got for them. I don't know, about $150 or something like that. They went through the eBay's authenticity center to be authenticated. And so far, I've had about, seven or 10 pairs of shoes go through the authenticity center, and everyone so far has been authentic. Sometimes I'll pick up a pair of shoes in Goodwill or something, and you just kind of know that this doesn't seem right. So I just leave them behind. Or I had people ask me about like Vans or Converse, and so I've done research and found out different ways of identifying and detecting fraud, and had pretty good luck with it. But Converse are a pretty good seller, and these ones here were in really excellent shape. Again, I try to buy everything that's practically new because I don't want to take a chance of getting a negative feedback. Or so these are women's size 7, and they're not listed yet, but hopefully soon. I was kind of wanting to do this YouTube video, so I was trying to save up a little bit of nice little assortment of things to share with you guys. So this is a kind of a fun story. This last time I was in Goodwill, there was a guy on the other side of the aisle from me, and I heard him mumble something, and I thought he was referring to size 11 shoes, and I asked him, I said, "Are you looking for a size 11?" And he said, "No, I'm looking for a size 15." And I said, "Well, good luck for that." I mean, I told him, I said, I have a hard time finding, I wear like a 13, and I very rarely do I ever find a pair of shoes that fit me good and I like. But I tell you what, it wasn't even like 5 minutes after that guy told me he wore a 15 and he walked away from me. I went over by where I've been kind of keeping an eye out for like footballs and basketballs. And in there was these Adidas, like brand new Adidas sandals. And I looked at the size of them, and they're 15, and I thought to myself, and that guy, he looked like a guy that would be wearing sandals, that he'd be the type to wear sandals. I don't, you're not gonna catch me wearing sandals or flip-flops. I'm just not that type of person. But he looked like he would be one to wear sandals, and I thought about offering up to him, but I was like, I'm gonna keep him in my cart. So I hope that's not wrong of me. But sometimes on bigger sizes, men's shoes for some reason, men's shoes sell really, really well. I probably sell more women's shoes, but it's kind of harder to come by men's shoes in really nice condition and everything, but they sell quick. So here's a pair of Brooks. I don't know how to pronounce this name. Hyper, Hyper something or another. But Brooks are a good seller for me. I've had really good luck with Brooks. So yeah, and I always I get some really good shoe cleaner, but like I might just lightly clean up the white soles if I see a little bit of dirt or something on there. I don't spend a lot of time on the bottoms of the shoes, so anybody that's bought shoes from me, I take pictures of every view. First, I take a picture of the shoe side by side like this. Let's see, I'll show you the perfect example. So I start out, I don't know, what's the word for it? I'm kind of picky. All my shoes are pointing to my pictures are pointing to my left. That's my starting picture. So I take a picture like this. Then I flip them around. I take a picture of this. So that then both sides are covered for. And then I switch the shoes around. So then now you're getting a picture of the insides of the shoes. I take a picture that way and that way. And then I put them together and I take a picture of the back side. And then I take a picture of the toe area. And then I take a picture from up top. Then I take a picture from showing you the bottoms, showing you that if there's any wear or not. And then the last picture is the tag on the inside. I'll zoom in there and get a good picture of the tag with all the size differences. Which reminds me, some of the shoes, they'll clearly say men's or women's, but a lot of times they don't. But I find that women's shoes, the U.S. size versus the Europe size is like two size difference. But for my to try to get things right, I have printed off shoe size charts for men's and women's. And if I'm not certain, I always compare all the different country sizes and make sure to list it as either men's or women's. So, I think that's about it. So, I appreciate you guys and thanks for hanging out with me and watching this video. And hopefully, I can keep picking up new subscribers and hopefully, you guys like what I have to share. And God bless you. Thank you for all your purchases and just for everything you do, for being cool. Thanks, Chad, for all your help, and hope things keep going good for you, buddy. Guys, have a good evening. Bye.